I really want to sing the theme song to
3.
I don't know. Are we gonna get like? Are we gonna get shut down? Copyright?
I don't know. Like, yeah, like does that happen on a PBS show?
I know. Yeah, like. Is it so old? 3, 2, 1, contact. There we go. That it doesn't matter that we're singing that.
I don't know. Yeah.
Too late now. Hello, everybody.
Hello. AVS crew. The
AVS crew. Not visionaries, visionaires.
Visionaries. However you identify, we are happy to have you with us. We hope you enjoyed DTNS and GDI today. And now we will be doing some Apple-focused content.
That is correct.
If I could ask the chat room to throw me a quick reset on the old show bot, please.
You can hear me, right? I never asked you. I didn't tap on the mic this time. I always do. But okay.
No, sounds good.
You sound great.
Thank you. Thank you, everybody.
Yeah, I used our previous conversation to do the sound checks and everything was working.
Yes.
Good, so.
I'm almost out of tea.
Contact
Darn it.
is the question. Now I can't stop. Let's make contact.
Thank you, W.
Do you guys know that out there in the chat room? Do you know this? Are we?
I mean, we have talked about this. I know Roger Chang loved 321 Contact.
Okay. Did he love Electric Company? What?
Electric Company, very much so. But like 321 Contact was more of like, a science show for children, where it's like, maybe you boil water and like put something weird in the water and look what it can do. Like as a kid, it was like, yay, so fun. It was probably my first kind of like, oh, science is like really cool and fun.
Can confirm Bloodhound Gang was part of 321 Contact.
Okay.
Bloodhound Gang. Oh, I loved them. It's the first time that I ever learned that if you put salt in water and you want it to boil faster, salt helps. We're doing it like in the back of a car for some reason. Like
they were
that part was like, like sort of like, because they're like trying to
because they were always on the
figure out a crime. But I was like, salt in water, got it.
Yeah.
Oh, they had to figure out something. So it was like, let's boil this water. Let's make it fast. Just all you have to do is add salt.
Exactly.
Not like that. It was not anything shady. It was okay. They were in suspicious circumstances that they had to boil the water right in there.
And for some reason, the water had to boil. But it always stuck with me where I'm like, okay, add salt to water if you want it to boil faster. To this day, I think about it every time I boil water. Every time.
Eileen, are you there?
Oh, we lost your audio. We see you. We see your video.
Yeah.
Lost your audio.
There you go.
Oh,
that was weird.
Hello? That was weird.
I don't know what happened. All of a sudden,
I turned off your echo cancellation so you weren't ducking.
Okay.
And it kills your mic. There we go. And now you're there.
Flash? Weird.
But now you're really quiet.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. Let me see if I go to settings. Let me go to audio. Oh no, I can't really adjust myself anymore. Okay, let me go into my settings.
Would.
Hello.
Are you on Chrome?
No, I'm on Firefox.
You're on Firefox.
I haven't used Chrome in forever because that was the worst.
Yeah, that's kind of a funny little thing going on here.
That was weird. Wait, am I still messed up for you guys? Or?
You're not messed up. You're just very quiet.
Okay, let me try and go into sound and pump it up there. So weird. Okay, I didn't do anything, honestly. I just kind of sat here.
No, I turned your echo cancellation off, and I don't know why that killed you so bad.
Hello. Should I?
Sarah's got her echo cancellation on too.
Should I leave and come back?
No.
Maybe I'll do that. No?
No. No, I will just you have to have the producer stop messing with your sound settings.
Hello?
That sounds
Say
more
something now.
good. Yeah.
Hello? How
What
about
do you have for
you?
lunch?
Oh, I had my sardines.
Yeah, you sound good now.
Sardines in my okay.
Yeah, but
You're
your
back.
echo cancellation's back on. I wonder
Okay.
if your mic is hearing bleed.
How would I fix that? Anybody know? I don't know where in the setting. I wonder if it's this. I have on Firefox. It says permissions for StreamYard.com. Use the microphone allowed temporarily, but I don't think that has anything to do with it. Use the camera allowed temporarily. I don't think that has anything to do with it either.
No. I mean, if you've got your camera and your mic, that's
Okay.
that's what you're using.
Okay.
StreamYard giveth and receiveth.
Hello, StreamYard. Please do not mess with my stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, you sound fine as long as Sarah's not talking, but as soon as Sarah starts talking, you duck out.
I think that's fine.
Is there anything I can do on my side about this? Because all my stuff is as it was last week before. I haven't fussed with anything.
Adam Crawford asked, is it also faster for salt water to freeze? And I think it's actually, you have to lower the temperature even more for salt water to freeze. That's why salt works on driveways.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well,
adding salt to water lowers the freezing temperature.
But, okay. Why would that then be a thing you should do if you want your water to boil faster?
Well, if it's lowering effective temperatures, it would lower the temperature to freeze and lower the temperature to boil. It actually increases the temperature to boil, though.
Got it. Yes. Okay, yeah.
It allows the water to get hotter to boil.
Sure, yeah. I mean, I don't think...
Oh, now Sarah froze up. Your video's frozen.
I did? Oh, man.
Yeah, there was actually like some of our some of the stuff that I posted. You were like I'm like you what you were saying was perfect. I need to use it, but you were frozen the whole time, so I had to cover. I was like on social. That was it. But
yeah. Well,
not a big deal. Not a big deal.
That I am frozen.
You
Audio
were frozen
fine.
for about the first half of the show last week.
Oh yeah.
Great.
But I figured once you got the raw file of your local recording, it would be fine. But apparently not.
No, it was what's recorded. Yeah, even in the local. Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Frozen. Yeah. So I mean,
Well, what in the heck or who do I do?
I would like to not be frozen when we open, right? Oh, there we go. She left.
Yeah.
At least in the open, don't be frozen because it's like, oh, so weird. I don't know what's going on. Maybe it's the magnetic energy from the Aurora Borealis that I was going to bring up. I did not want to bring it up before the show, but
Don't bring me into that conversation.
I know.
I was angry.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll come back to you in the post show, but
Waiting for Sarah to come back.
Was it what did they call it? A magnetic storm
Solar
or
storm.
a solar storm? Okay, so thank you.
Yep. It was the G5 solar storm.
G5 solar storm.
Yep.
Let us wait for Sarah to come back.
KP8 on the old Aurora scale. It only goes to 10.
Oh, okay.
I've seen a 7 up here.
Massive.
I couldn't imagine an 8.
Massive. Dang.
People in San Diego were seeing reds. I was getting pissed. Reds are like...
Okay, well, spoiler, everybody. I had clouds. I was up late. And I had
same.
Clouds.
The nearest place around me that wasn't covered in clouds was 5 hours away. So I could either go 6 hours to be north of Fairbanks or 5 hours to be on Kenai.
people were getting some really pretty photos from like the Golden Gate Bridge and stuff. And
I
like
had
I was like,
so many
oh,
people asking me, "Hey, how's the aurora where you are? It was amazing here." Like,
well, you know what? We were not meant to see it.
but this
Let's
winter,
get
my
some other
wife will
time.
be here, so I will be free to go hunting at night. I won't have to
Oh,
stay here
okay.
with my daughter. So hopefully, because we're at solar maximum right now. The
Okay.
sun and Earth are an 11-year cycle where every 11 years we end up with a lot of solar activity that comes towards Earth.
Okay. Every 11 years, is that what you
Every
said?
11 years, yep.
Okay.
So we're reaching solar maximum right now. So for the next 10 to 15 months, we'll have a lot of solar activity and a lot of solar storms. So I'm hoping
a lot of chance, right?
hoping
to
come
see? Okay.
August when aurora season starts back up here, that we'll still have this high solar activity, and I'll be able to get a lot of pictures of lights.
How long does that last? August till?
It's roughly a year.
Oh, it is. Okay, because I'm
Yeah.
like, it's right now, and then it's May. Okay.
Yeah, I actually moved up here just before solar minimum, and I got tons of pictures during solar minimum. So I'm really hoping for some good chances during solar maximum.
Minimum, max. These are awesome. I wish, yeah.
Yeah. So every 5.5 years it switches between solar minimum, solar maximum. It's a gradient scale. So.
Oh wow, this is taking a long one for Sarah to get back. I wonder what's going on.
Yeah, she might have done a full reboot.
Oh. Well, what's going on in the chats? Chats.
I did notice that who was it? Raymond Tunyako?
Mm-hmm.
Tunyakao? I'm not. Raymond asked if it was something like Mr. Wizard's World, so at least someone else knows what Mr. Wizard's World was.
I don't know what that is. Yeah, I don't know what Mr. Wizard World is.
It was Bill Nye the Science Guy before Bill Nye was even like out of graduate school.
Oh, seriously? Oh wow. Okay.
He'd do experiments like he'd have plants on a turntable and then turn the turntable on and let the plants grow for like a month, and they would all grow towards the middle because they were trying to defy gravity, but the centrifugal force was pulling them away, so the plants would fight the gravity to pull in, so all the plants would grow towards the middle.
And where would you watch this?
HBO. It was on before or right after Fraggle Rock.
I didn't have HBO growing up. I didn't have cable.
We didn't pay for HBO.
Oh, look at you. We had something called On TV for a while. And it's funny because my sister is like 9 years younger than me. And she got cable growing up, like I was already like, high school, whatever. I didn't really care. But she got MTV. She got everything. And I was like, I didn't have any of this. I had to I don't know what I had to do, but I had to do stuff to just kind of try and find and watch some of this stuff, which
we went from California
VHS
where we
tape.
we had all the channels in California in Palmdale, and then we moved to
my parents
Indiana.
didn't pay for it. Yeah.
We went to Indiana, and even with the highest cable plan you got, 2 out of the 3 towns in the county didn't get MTV. Only Fowler.
Oh, so God, I really loved watching music videos. Oh, we watched music videos on a local channel. That's what it was.
We would always go to if we were going to do a stayover or a sleepover, we would all choose whoever was my buddy Chris Johnson lived in Fowler, so we'd go to his house and just sit there and watch MTV all night long.
Wow,
that was the entire.
That was the fun time. I mean that's what you do. Totally.
Yeah. Other people were you're getting hammered and stuff on the weekends, and we were like, we're just watching MTV. So, and then
there's nothing wrong with that.
Yep.
Oh, wow.
Enap 49. He grew up in they grew up in Anchorage before cable. Yeah.
I mean, it's not like I didn't have stuff on local broadcast, but it wasn't the same. There was stuff that I was like, I want to get that. I want to see this.
I haven't had cable in Alaska. I have no idea how the cable is. Yeah, we moved up here. We had already cut the cord when we moved up here.
Yeah.
We never picked it back up.
Different world though, with streaming and, set top, box devices. Like it's just, you don't need it. I can't remember the last time I've actually watched local news. I think that was just during, I don't know if there was an emergency or whatever, but I generally don't.
local news is on the antenna, and I've got an antenna in the garage that feeds into my home
Right.
run
You can
HD.
just- yeah.
That feeds into my Plex and just records it. So I've got a home built DVR setup to record Saturday Night Live, NASCAR races, football games, and local news. So,
I mean, we still have cable, but we have everything. Thanks to Tom, we have everything. But I mean, I don't go to the local channels. I mean, I'm personally only watching cable for sports. That's it. And then the rest of it, I'm on either Netflix, YouTube, or another app called Viki. That's it. I don't, or Amazon. No, Amazon. I forget about Hulu, but yeah, Hulu. I feel like because I get it, most of I've already like loaded my content queue. It's like, oh, right, there's Hulu and they also have stuff.
there she
It's
is.
just,
Hi.
oh, hello. Welcome back.
Oh, thank you. That was weird.
Did you have to reboot your
I
entire
did.
thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what we figured.
Well,
yeah.
I didn't have to, but I did.
Yeah, you're like, you might as well.
When my sluggish Mac Mini comes back to life, like it's always like, Discord needs updates, Slack needs updates.
Oh,
Do you
gee.
want to update your iOS? I'm like, oh my god,
iOS.
no,
God.
no, just get away from me.
Sarah, the worldwide DNS tables need to be updated. Would you like to do that now?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah, sure,
sure.
Right this
Plenty of
second.
time. Plenty of time.
Yeah, loving that. All right, so I'm back, and
We should probably get
hopefully
going.
we're in good shape.
Between Eileen and I talking about cutting the cable and you yelling at your Mac, I'm sure we are all warmed up. So
We're warmed up.
all right, let me.
I'm going to do some VR boxing.
There
after
you
we're done
go.
with this, just to
Yes.
get it out.
Yes. Let's do it.
Let's do
All
it.
right, Sarah, you know the deal. I'll disappear. You can count me in.
All right. In 3, 2. Welcome to Apple Vision Show, the show that is all things Apple, the good, the bad, the ugly, and what we actually use in our daily lives. Hi, I'm Sarah Lane, and I'm joined by Eileen Rivera. How are you doing, Eileen?
You know what? I am doing well, Sarah, and thank you for asking. I am, though, disappointed. I don't know about you.
Okay.
I did not see the Aurora Borealis over the weekend. I was up late. I had some stuff I wanted to watch late at night. Tom was out of town. So Sawyer and I would like go check outside. Clouds, nothing. And I guess you had to go to like Mojave Desert, right? Or something. You had to get out of the city. I don't know who saw it. I mean, I know lots of people like Seattle and, Minnesota. Like a lot of people.
Up north, I feel like you're sort of like, you just like go outside and look up and be like,
Oh,
wow,
yeah.
it's a purple sky. For the rest of us, I had sort of the same thing where people were like, what are you gonna do, to see,
Yeah.
the cool sky? And I was like, is that even a part of what's going on in my area of the woods? Like, I don't know. I mean,
This
I'll
G5
do it if I'm supposed
Yeah.
to, but yeah.
Yeah, well, I was just reading up and I was like, ooh, I'm seeing, as time zones are coming in, they're like showing all these beautiful photos and there's no filter. They're showing it on their iPhone. No filter is beautiful. I'm like, oh, cool. Once again, just like I felt like the eclipse all over again. Oh, yeah.
Kind
Not
of an
for
eclipse.
us.
Yeah, kind of an eclipse thing. Like, listen, I know, I love you space people. I do. If you know me at all, or if you don't, I just don't care about space. When I look up at the sky and someone's like, our Aurora Borealis is gonna be like, I don't know, like green and purple, and I'm like, isn't that like a rainbow? Like, I don't know. Like, that's cool. Like, it's not cool. But I'm like, I don't know. I feel like we're doing fine here with like rainbows in the sky. So,
I guess you're not ever going to make a trip to see the Aurora Borealis at any time. I don't know that I ever will, but I do definitely, at least the photos and everything that I've seen and heard from other people looks amazing. I would love to see it someday, but we'll see. We'll see.
100%. I probably am, I'm a little bit of a curmudgeon about all things space in general, but I also feel like I saw a lot of like Instagram photos, where someone's like, wow, amazing. Have never seen anything like this. And I'm like, well, it looks like the next photo.
You're like, it looks like our Windows desktop.
Yeah, like it's fine.
Apple
Like
desktop.
I love this for you. That's how I feel. Like I love this for you. But yes. I don't know. I hate space. What am I gonna do?
Okay, I'll take the space people. Hello, guys. I'm with you.
Take the space people. Go with Eileen.
We can go talk, offline. We can like go wow with the stars and all that stuff.
I'm like, oh, it's raining and sunny outside. There's probably a rainbow. We're good.
There was a time in my childhood when I thought maybe astronomy would be a career for me, but I did not.
Really?
Go down that way. I would read up on constellations and things like that. I like, because I really like sci-fi, and I was just like really into, thinking about the future. Not that I was like I was more Star Wars than Star Trek, but all the stuff that I saw in Star Trek, I can't wait till that happens. So we can just beam up. We can do it. Like I love thinking about all that stuff and thinking about flying and I don't like plane flights, but I imagine that there will be safer modes of transportation somewhere in the hundreds of years from now that I think would be really cool. And you can go and discover other planets and things like that. That would be really cool. So I love all that stuff. So y'all can talk to me about that. So looking at the Aurora Borealis through other people's eyes, I'm like, oh, that's so nice. It's not like I have to do it. It's not like on my bucket list, but it is something that I think is a phenomenon that would be wonderful to see with the naked eye instead of through 100%. Photos.
Yeah. I mean, I've been in Iceland in the summer, not, it wasn't sort of a nighttime thing, but, more or less just the sun never went down kind of thing.
Yeah.
I also did that in St. Petersburg, Russia, some time ago, where it was like, we're eating sushi at midnight and it's like full sun. This is crazy.
Wow.
That kind of thing. And yeah, I mean, all of that is sort of just crazy and bizarre and fun, as a human to kind of experience and understand.
Yeah.
But yes, I would say the latest show, Purple Green. I saw a lot of Instagram photos. A lot, where I'm like,
okay. Yeah, you're like feel like you experienced it. That's great. I didn't. I don't feel like I experienced it, but I also am not like I gotta go next year or whatever. I just it's like
right
in the back of my mind. I think that would be really cool. I mean,
it kind of like goes back to like the eclipse. Where it's like, do you want to see that? If so, great. You know where to go. It's going to be like a whole thing. And some of us are like, well, just tell me that it was fun and love this for you.
I still feel the same about the eclipse. I don't think I need to see that. I do want to see Aurora Borealis, but what I do want to do is exactly what you did, is to sit at a sushi restaurant at midnight in full sun. I haven't done that yet. I want to go to like Sweden during the summer and just see that. I wanted to see it once. That's one thing I haven't done.
I mean, go to Stockholm, go to St. Petersburg. Go to, I mean, there are, a variety of like, you go up far enough in the summer, like you're going to have sun all day.
Late. Yeah. Anyway, someday, Sarah.
Someday. All right, Eileen, let's talk about Apple because that's why we're all here. So between our last show, which was just a couple of hours after Apple's announcement of new iPads, we decided to push our show to after that announcement, just so we were very fresh, very fun, good stuff. But one of the things that at least I kind of came away from it with was like that Apple ad about the crushing, the piano and the toys and everything, kind of strange. And so we talked about it, and within a couple of days of that happening, I feel seen because I realize I wasn't alone. Now, there are many people who say like the ad is fine, it was creative, like don't be such a baby, and that's fine. But I feel like Apple, which it apparently has said like we're not going to run this as a commercial on regular television. We're sorry, we missed the mark. We like pulled at the wrong heartstrings. And yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and say I called this.
You really did. And you like pinged me right away. And then I was like, oh, let's make an update because I posted like a soundbite of ours on our socials. And the TikTok version kind of blew up a little bit. And so we got a lot of like, what's going on, and people are like, oh, it's just, don't call the record player toys. Sorry, I started your discussion, Sarah, about it by showing a visual of the turntable because that's not what you were talking about. You were talking about all the other characters. Anyway, then I made a follow-up.
But that's kind of funny because like someone saying like a turntable is not a toy. I'm like, well, no. I mean, we're not saying that it is, but like it being crushed is like hurting my heart. Sorry.
Yes. So I posted, as soon as you sent me that link to the news item saying that they had apologized. So I posted a follow-up saying, oh, wow, we talked about this on our show, try and get some plug for our show. And boy, we just got a lot of, there are still people fighting in our comments back and forth, like why Apple should not have apologized.
Yeah.
And what this was a great ad, a good friend of mine who's a creative director weighed in and was like, I don't understand, man. All my ad agency friends thought this was a great ad. I'm like, okay, so just, get it. But there was something tonally that was missing.
Well, it was polarizing. It was polarizing.
Definitely. Yeah. And I mean, basically the creatives were feeling like, wow, these are our actual instruments and things that we made, and you're crushing it to put it. We get the symbolism of what they're trying to do. You can
100%. Yeah. Things, like you're putting it in this wonderful little, thinner than ever iPad Pro. Like we get it, but like, I don't know. I mean, I clearly wasn't alone here. Yeah,
no, you weren't. And people that were mad that they stopped sharing it. I mean, like you said, it's just polarizing. Boy, I've not seen a post of ours have that many comments. They weren't talking to us per se. They were just like, I don't understand this ad, or this ad should have stayed up, blah, 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 blah. Anyway, it was a good kind of like understanding the community was split on the issue, but Apple clearly took a stance and was like, we're not going to do this. We're not going to add, So Sarah, you were right. Your I wanted to say spidey sense, but
maybe not right, but apparently there was a nerve that was struck with other people. So, always I not that I'm right, but it's always nice to know like, okay, it's not just me.
Yeah, like me. Yeah, you were feeling something, and I kind of felt that it just felt odd. I don't think I was like mad about the ad at all when I saw it. I just felt like, why? I don't understand how this is the best way to illustrate that point. by crushing. Like you could just take the items and all of a sudden, it's just going inside the tablet, right? Like, one at a time.
Yeah.
They're getting sucked in, but not the
And
like
and
complete
I
destruction of it.
and maybe there's something lost on sort of the, regular person who's like, should I buy a new iPad? If you are if you are like, okay, I don't know, they're doing a commercial, whatever, like who cares? Like how much is it? Kind of thing. Like maybe you don't care. But it definitely like it pulled at my heartstring in a weird way.
You know what it was? It was pretty aggressive. I think that's the sad part about
It's
it.
a
It was
violence
so
thing. Yeah.
yeah, and so some people who love violence, or maybe watch a lot of violent shows or whatever, they're like, "What's wrong with that? That's so nothing. No one's getting shot. You're just getting smushed."
Yeah, like
like a
no
compact
humans were harmed. Or it's like, well, yeah, but what about the little emoji with his eyes?
Exactly. Yeah, I think because it took that kind of tone where people were like, this feels like you're being mean, versus honestly, they could have just virtually had these things floating in the air and get swoop into the little thinnest iPad in the world. No one would have thought anything of it. Not that that's the best idea, but I don't know. Maybe the whole point was to make this polarizing so that people would talk about it, so that people would like think about the iPad, to get it in people's brains. Then I guess it worked. I don't know, but I don't think that's what it was.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's conspiracy theory. Oh, they wanted to make noise because now more people are thinking about the iPad, whether or not they know it. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it is a rare time that Apple says, "Hey, we missed the mark. We are sorry."
Yeah, it is rare.
That is rare. Apple is, whether or not you like Apple products, or you like the fact that Apple is sort of holier than thou sometimes when it comes to how they roll out products and the press around it. For the company to say like, sorry, we're sorry. A lot of you are like not happy with this. That means something. And all companies do this. And I don't know anybody working at Apple at this point where I could be like, call them up and be like, why'd you do it? But yeah, it's a misstep. Company acknowledged it. And, I think we'll all be okay as a result.
I think we'll all be okay. I think it'll be, we will move on from this. And then it will be like back to the conversation. Is that thinnest iPad in the world going to actually bend? I saw a post on there like day 1, and then somebody was like day 2, it'll be like this. I'm like, come on, they've tested this. People in your sarcasm.
Exactly. Yes, I feel the same way. I'm like, listen, I don't feel like I, am in the market for like the thinnest computer that Apple has ever made. I mean, I like, things that are light and portable, but like to be like it's however millimeters thicker than the previous iPad. Okay, great. But for people to be like, well, they made it so thin, now it's just going to be a big mess. You sit on it once and it's going to bend. It's like, what do you guys want? What do you want?
People just want to complain.
You want a thin computer, or do you want a thicker computer that won't bend when you sit on it?
People just want to complain, just like that. Some people were complaining about us making fun of Tandem OLED last week. I got a few comments of like, it's an actual terminology, ladies. I'm like, okay, maybe you don't understand sarcasm, but that's okay.
Right. Yeah.
Ultra Retina XDR display though. Anyway, we're just having fun with it because most people out there are going to be like, wait, is it more beautiful than the last one? Great. They're and those of you that are interested in Tandem OLED technology, good for you. But I feel like we were just, dude, it was a 37-minute presentation with a lot going into it, that,
Yeah.
you got to look at things, from a more like, I don't know, realistic point of view sometimes. And sometimes
Yes.
it's making
Yes.
fun of,
Thank
of,
you.
of
Yeah.
terminology,
Yeah.
So
I mean, the whole sort of like tandem OLED, and we were sort of like, haha, and someone being
yeah.
like, how could you?
How
It's
could
like,
you not know?
we know. It's just this is Apple making up specs. That's what it's doing. This is not a bad thing. It doesn't ruin my life. Doesn't make me not want to have dessert tonight. Like, everyone just chill out and just know that Apple likes to make up terms, because Apple says we're not the first, but we're the best. And I think that this is, a extension of that.
100%. Real quick, Sarah, my headphones have gone to my phone and not listening to my computer. If I'm being honest, I'm like, do you hear feedback at all? Probably not. I don't know.
No, it sounds fine to me.
Really?
But
Okay.
I wonder if people are just mad at you.
Are they mad are you guys mad at me? Because I made
Yeah.
fun of
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
making fun of Ultra Retina
Tan-
XDR display.
Tandem OLED. How could you? How could you? How could you?
How in the world? Okay. Well, I mean, as long as you guys can hear me fine, I'm gonna still kind of futz with my headphones while we talk.
I can
But
hear you fine.
okay, cool.
All right. So let's talk a little bit more about
Scene was real. Here, I found somebody posted on Reddit that they had taken a picture while they were shooting, or it was obviously shot before the event. It wasn't live.
of course, yeah.
It
Yeah.
was.
Can you imagine just being like, we hope
that a
this
green
train
screen?
ride is going to work out? I mean, that was like my favorite part of the entire announcement was for anybody who's not familiar with the Bay Area, they were on BART. So like, I don't even know if that was like a thing where like BART got a kickback for being part of who knows? The whole point was this is public transportation on a train. And I loved how, all the people in the background were just sort of like, I'm using an Apple product. I have no idea that, there's an Apple announcement going on right now. It was adorable. But still, the whole time I was like, aren't they really on that? Or are they just, how like the old movies of yore, it seems like you're, driving the car, but like you're actually in a sound stage. I don't know.
Well, now we have pictures that prove they were there, right?
They were there. Yeah.
And kudos to Apple for getting on that BART train. They probably cleared it, cleaned some of those trains. You don't know. Some of those trains are not clean.
So many of my friends who either, ride BART, have ridden BART, or at least know where BART is like, which one? Which BART train
Which
is
line
that?
was it? Where did they go?
Yeah, like where? I think the consensus is Millbrae. So going from
yeah.
San Bruno to the city.
Right. And then you have to take
for anybody who's not familiar, like BART, if you're in San Francisco and you want to go to Oakland, you have to go under the ocean.
Mm-hmm.
It's, it's fine. A lot of people do it every day, but like that's not what this was. This was like a fun, look, sky. Sun, everyone's so happy holding their Apple products on BART. I'm like, yeah, that's not really how BART is, but okay.
No, what you don't see is that you have to offload once you get to Millbrae and get on the Cal trains in order to make it to the Apple campus, because the BART train doesn't go all the way to Palo Alto.
No.
So thankfully you have those light products that you could just put in your bag, and it's not too heavy when you offload and go on a different train. to make it to Palo Alto.
Indeed. Indeed. Oh,
Well,
we
have you
just
yeah. Have you thought any more about getting the iPad since the event by any chance? I'm just
kind
wondering.
of, kind
Yeah.
of. So my issue is that I feel like the iPad Pro
Yeah.
specifically, people saying like iPad Pro, you've got the Magic Keyboard, better than ever, so portable, lighter, faster,
Yeah.
stronger, all the things. And I just feel like my 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 MacBook
Mhm.
Air
Mhm.
is light and fast and strong, and I use it. I mean, I'm not using it right at the second because I'm in my office, but like that is my road warrior.
Yeah.
100%. I
Yeah.
love that thing. And, even at night, like last night, I was sort of like, okay, let's watch NBA stuff, and just sort of,
Mhm.
tinker around. It's like, I like that just being sort of my like casual computer.
Yeah.
I don't need the iPad Pro. However, everything about the M4 sounds really good. And,
Yeah.
I have FOMO when I, don't have like the coolest and the latest. So I don't know. What do you think?
I actually the other day I was like, I don't think they're there, but I'm gonna go to the Apple store. I had to go somewhere else in the mall anyway, but then I went to the Apple store and I was like, "Oh, it's not here yet. Nothing's here." I was like, of course I knew it was gonna be there. It'll be there what? This week? But, I need to
This
see
week,
it.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I need to see it. I need to touch it to make an informed education. At first I was like, maybe these are it. Oh no. No function keys on this keyboard. Those no, they're not showing it off at all. They're probably going to be signs too. But I there's
I
no
love how
signs.
you're like, no function keys. Okay, this is not the newest.
All I did see were people trying on the Vision Pro. I was like, "Oh, this is how their tutorial goes. Okay." No new
Oh, yeah.
iPads.
At least people are doing
Um
that. Yeah.
I do need to touch them and see them. I really don't think I'm in the market. I'm still pretty happy with mine. And I also want to know what capabilities am I going to not have on my iPad as compared to the new iPads with the M4 and all those special features, um, which I feel like leads into a little bit of the next story because we talked about like AI, briefly. They just kind of threw it out there and AI, without really explaining. And then you see these reports that Apple's nearing a deal with OpenAI, and then there's all this new stuff today with Chat GPT-4 that I'm like, come on. This is we're getting closer to the Star Trek and the, uh, the translators
We
being,
we really are, and
fixed.
I will Eileen, I don't know how much of the stuff that you sort of absorbed, listened to, watched today, but the whole comparison to the movie Her,
Yes.
where Joaquin Phoenix
Yep.
has, has its little
Yeah.
AI, companion, which is voiced by Scarlett Johansson, who has a lovely voice. This is like that.
Yeah. And you can make the voice you can change it to however
You
you
can
want it
change the
there,
voice. You totally
I
can.
mean, at some point, you could probably change it to Scarlett's voice too and have that her experience for
I
real
mean,
and probably.
I wouldn't say no, but
Uh,
yeah, but the whole idea with so OpenAI is obviously moving along very quickly. AI in general moving at a quick pace. OpenAI and Apple, very solid rumor that at WWDC iOS 18 is going to be very much OpenAI bundled as far
yeah.
as making Siri or whatever Apple decides it's going to be the next gen of this.
Mhm.
I and maybe this is just because I'm like sometimes I feel old and I'm just like kicking and screaming as far as like the new tech, where I'm like, I don't want a lady, to be my best friend to do all the stuff. I actually kind of like the robot stuff.
Oh,
Like
okay.
I
Hmm.
I want to, what's 2 plus 2? Give me the answer. Great. Um, I don't want let's just say, it's Apple's, Sarah too. Like just call it whatever.
Mhm.
Like, hey, like what would you like for lunch today? And like have like, the AI to be like, "Oh, you're my best friend." Like some of that stuff is just
Oh, I see what you're saying. Hmm.
it feels egregious. And at the same time, I also realize that I sometimes I really drag my feet on stuff like this because
Mhm.
it means that we all start acting differently as humans. And sometimes I'm just like, I'm
Mm.
scared. No, let's not. Let's go back to vinyl and just watch Seinfeld and just,
Yeah.
just keep it simple.
Yeah, I could see where you're going with that. I don't think I need the touchy-feely stuff, with a device, with a voice, but I just and I haven't really waited in all of the, announcements, like, I've only seen clips and things like that, but I know what you're talking about because I did see one particular one where they're kind of joking back. I'm like, "Whoa, okay." Um, I just want the abilities like the translation. I want those things. I want the things that are gonna make things
Totally.
faster for me and make
Yeah.
things like, "Hey, I'm thinking about making this, I have extra feta in the fridge. What should I make with this? And I also have spinach and this, that, and the other. Oh, Eileen, here's a great recipe for you." That's all I care for. Like, I don't wanna have to spend because sometimes when I spend time looking for a recipe, I just wonder, and by the time I'm, like, sitting 20 minutes in and I just needed the one recipe, but I started going down, like, the rabbit hole.
Yeah, like you
So
either lose interest or you're like, I don't know. Now it's crazy. I just wanted to make dinner, that sort of
exactly,
thing.
exactly. So if this is just going to give me the things and speak to me, I don't need the touchy-feely, but if it's gonna be like, "Well, Eileen, I think what you can make," and give me, like, a quote, unquote "conversation" and then end it with "Here is what it is," great. I don't need to, shoot the breeze and start making jokes with it, even though I know that, even with, like, some of the, with Alexa or whatever, you can you didn't hear me. You could, joke around with her and she has some canned jokes and some of that's like, I don't really need it. I don't know. Maybe I say that now and then watch me be the opposite where I'm like, "Oh my god, but it's like I have a friend, when like Tom's traveling, I can speak to someone because Sawyer doesn't talk,
Yeah.
you know?"
Yeah. I mean, there is something to this. I know we're half joking, but we're half not joking.
Right.
The whole sort of like, I don't need, Scarlett Johansson in my ear all the
Mhm.
time. Helping me like navigate like how to make a taco.
Mm.
But that's just one like very dumb example of like
Yeah.
what this could do for you. For
Yeah.
example, my Echo Show, which
Mm.
is an Amazon product. It's in my kitchen. I love that thing.
Mhm.
I love it. Half the time it'll be like, ask me about today's joke. And I'm like, I'm not doing that. But then it'll be like, look at this beautiful salad. Would you like me to add this to your grocery list? And I'm like, yes.
Please.
Like,
Yes.
and this is not a back and forth like conversation, but it's somewhere in there.
Mhm.
It like we're getting there. If it makes people happy to have more of a companion, which
Mm.
it sort of sounds like what iOS 18 and ChatGPT integration might be, at least on some level. That's great. But I'm just sort of, I don't know. I'm like, I'm
Mhm.
so used to just being like, I know how to input things into Google search and press, press, press search and then find what I want.
Mhm.
So, maybe I'm just sort of an old person in that way.
I think my problem is I will get distracted and start going from one thought to the next, and then I've sat there and I didn't do the thing I was going to do. And
Yeah.
so I'm hoping that something like this will just streamline and get me to focus, but you're right, it could just go off the rails even more. I don't know. I have no idea. But I do want to try it, and I'm really curious, like, okay, Apple barely mentioned anything about AI in the iPad announcement, but we know M4 is best suited for new AI technology.
Yep.
ChatGPT, OpenAI, ChatGPT 4 and OpenAI announcement today. And then now we've only got a couple weeks to WWDC. I feel like there is a connection coming. 3, 2, 1 contact here. Um, and we will see that now
Look at my
integrated
phone there.
into the phones, right? Or into iOS, period. So
Yeah.
I feel like that's now the next. I'm excited to see how that goes, which is why I'm still waiting on whether or not the iPad is. But I know I'm going to get the new phone, and that's I'm in the plan where I get one every year. I'm in that program, so
Sure.
I could
Yeah.
probably just wait for the new phone and all of this new capability instead of get the new iPad and start with that, simply. And then, maybe in another year with the next, well, who knows how long it's going to take for them to upgrade iPads. It seems like they take, a couple years, it's not yearly like the phone. Maybe then I will upgrade my iPad, but we'll see. Because the way I use my iPad, I don't know. I mean, again, I don't think I need it. And then I'll just wait for the phone. That's kind of like my game plan right now. Like, let's find out what WWDC says. It'll be in the phone. Great, getting that. iPad, do I need it to do all that stuff too? Does my phone need to talk to my iPad? It already does, but am I going to be missing a major functionality because I don't have the new ones? I hope that's not
Yeah.
the case. I hope that's not
Yeah.
the case because we can't afford all these products. Let's just be real. Like we cannot keep
Not
upgrading
even.
every year.
I
Like it's
mean,
too
I
much.
lost my AirPods last week.
Ah,
Yeah,
yuck.
that's a whole story. Totally my fault. They just jumped out of my purse, whatever. I was, doing a dog
Yeah.
walk, poop bag, whatever.
Ah,
But
yeah.
yeah, like I saw them like because like on Find My, you can see like where they ended up.
Oh, yeah.
And it was like a neighbor of mine that's like a few blocks over, not even
Yeah.
a 10-minute walk. But I went and I was like, I don't know about all this. Like this is not a building that I'm going to like knock on the front door of.
Oh, you mean someone took it then? Probably.
Well, no. So well, yes, but here's what happened. That particular day, I was walking my dog. I was busy, I kind of just like had to be in the office doing stuff. So it was like, all right, we're going to go out real quick, do your poop. Back inside, get water. We'll do that later. And uh later that night, after probably about 3 rounds of this, where I was like, feeling confident that my dog had been out enough and was fine, a friend called me. So I'm on my iPhone and I was like, hold on, let me get my AirPods. I don't want to hold the phone. And I was like, where are my AirPods? Well,
Oh.
that's weird. And so I looked them up on Find My, and they were 3 blocks away.
Mm.
So, yes. This is, I mean, in a perfect world, I would have gone down and been like, knock, knock, knock. Hi, my name's Sarah. I think you might have my AirPods. And, like we could just,
Yeah.
like, yay, neighbor. No, that's not what was going on at this particular complex. Not because they weren't nice people, but like it was like a really big complex, like a
Mm.
large, like I'm like, what would I do? Like knock on like 20
Every door.
people's door.
Oh.
Yeah. And like, who even knows, like, who they are, and they don't know me, and I've got my dog, and it's crazy. So I was like, just screw it. And I got new AirPods.
But did you disconnect the old ones? You don't know.
I did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you did. Okay.
I did. I sat on this for a few weeks. I was like,
oh, wow.
I mean,
Okay.
like, I kept walking by, and every morning, like only in the morning, because like it's, I don't know, that building is, I'm not going
Yeah.
down there by myself at night, even with my dog. But like in the morning, like I would sort of like sit outside and, look on Find My and be like, oh yeah, they're here. But I wonder what unit, and like
Oh.
people would come in and out and kind of look at me like, what are you doing? And I'm like, you know what? This is stupid. Let's just call it. Let's call it.
So maybe the AirPods need a feature, like your car, where you find it and you could just be like, near, near. It's like an alarm, near, 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 and like.
Well, that the AirPods do have that feature.
That's
Like,
what I thought. I was like,
it's like, do you, and it'll even say like, do you want to make a sound? And then it'll pop up. Like there's like a pop-up thing being like, just so you know, if someone has them in their ears, this is going to be like extremely loud. Do you still want to do this? And I was like, yes, let's do it. Nothing happened.
okay. Yeah, I thought for a minute I was kind of saying something wrong, but I was like, no, wait, I think there is.
No.
It's like with the phone. Yeah. Okay.
And you can mark them as lost.
Yeah.
There's all the things. Basically, long
You're
story
like, it's
short,
not worth it. Yeah.
long story short, AirPods, this is totally my fault. They fell out of my purse at some point. I was walking my dog, it just like the pods in their case fell out of my purse. Somebody picked them up and now has them 3 blocks away from me. I cannot figure out, who that is. I told them to call me. If you don't have an iPhone, you're not even gonna get that notice. Maybe they're, little kids. Who even knows? So I got new AirPods and life is fine. We are good.
You went back and got them. Like I was thinking maybe you might,
No, I went back to Amazon and got
No.
them.
I meant like you bought another pair of AirPods, meaning you didn't like want the Max or something else.
No. I don't like over the ear anything. I love my AirPods. I love them. And I know people are like, well, there's gonna be, maybe new pros, and I'm like, nah, I don't even want them. I want these.
Yeah.
And Apple actually dropped the price recently. So
there you go. And that's another reason. Yeah.
Well, I took a hit. I took a loss. Big time. This was my fault. I know this. But anyway, that is your story for the day.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. Well, let us know if anybody else has lost their AirPods and if you use the that ringing feature to try and find it. And did you get it back? I'm curious. I really want to know if anybody got their AirPods back. Like, were there good citizens out there, or did they just go, no, I didn't see
it.
And
and to be clear, it's like, if somebody wanted to steal this and I don't know, strip it and do whatever, that's one thing. But assuming that somebody was a good Samaritan, picked them up, took them home, and just doesn't know how to get a hold of me, that's also a use case. And
that person thought, I just won the lottery. I found AirPods, everybody. Oh my God.
Right. And here I am being like, do the sound again, marked as lost. Like nobody's having fun here. But yeah,
did you have like initials engraved on it or anything like that
I
could be
didn't.
noted as
Although I did talk to a few people about this where I'm like, oh my God, I lost my AirPods. You know, they're like, I can see where they are, you know, on
Yeah.
a map, like
Yeah.
quite close to me. I know what happened. And they were like, did you not just like put your number on the case? And I'm like, no. Does everyone else do that? You know, and some of my friends were like, oh my gosh, yeah. If you don't, you're never going to get them back. And I'm like, okay, well, thanks. I guess in hindsight is 2020.
Yeah. I don't know that I would engrave my phone number on there, but the last pair that
But
I got is
but when you mark them as lost, that's what Apple suggests you do is say, I've
okay.
lost my AirPods. Here is my phone number. Call me. You don't give them your address or your name or your, you know, Apple ID or anything like that, but like call me. So I feel like if you were to like engrave it, you know, with like I don't know, nail polish or whatever like,
Well,
on the case, like
yeah.
you might get somewhere.
Kenmore Wharf Force is label maker on all this stuff, which I do have a mini label maker. Chi-Town Decky says, I wouldn't put something that's been in some stranger's body into my ears, no matter what it was. Just ew.
That's what Shannon Moore said when we were talking about this last week. And I'm like, listen, I get the EU, right? But
Yeah.
like, it's sort of like, I don't know. I mean,
You could swab it.
wash
Clean it.
underwear and then
Yes.
is it really dirty? I don't know. You know, like ears. It's not that, you know, do a little rubbing alcohol, you might be okay. Not to say that the thieves of my AirPods, you know, are without I don't know.
Yeah.
Just,
It's
you
just you're
know,
like, it's not worth it. Like,
it's
not
just
worth it. Yeah. These are all
right.
things. Yeah.
Which is funny because in theory, this all is a great way to be like, oh, I lost something that, you know, is important to me and also costs money. You know,
Mm-hmm.
knock, knock, knock. Hi, I'm Sarah. Do you have my AirPods? You know, and that just doesn't work in,
Right.
you know, in real life. It doesn't work.
I was just trying to look for my the last pair of AirPods I had because I got it gifted, and Tom engraved like characters to kind of signify me, him,
Oh,
Sawyer,
that's
Ray at the
cute.
time. Yeah, so you could do like that. You could have little characters. Like it's very custom besides your name. So I can't find them. I just found my old ones. These, I don't know about you guys though. The thing about the AirPods, like I wore mine out. I don't wore them out, but they like died after a couple years. The last Pros that I got, and I tried to get them fixed at the Apple store, and I think maybe even just like 3 or 4 months prior, they were giving like replacing, you know, fixing, not just fixing your Pros, but like replacing them for free. And this time the guy did not replace them for me. He just said, we don't do that anymore. They're very cheap. There's a discount on Amazon. You should go there and buy them. And then I left the store. That was I was like, okay. Yeah, they used to replace them, they used to fix them, and they just took it in the back. Then he just, I don't even know if they like did anything with it. I think they like took it in the back and they looked at it and laughed, and then they came back out and they're like, we're not gonna, sorry, we can't replace these. We don't do that anymore. Okay, thank you.
Weird.
Bye. Sorry.
Yeah,
Oh, really?
bye. Yeah.
And the fact that he told me to go on Amazon to get them instead of buy them at the store because I was at the Apple store. It's like, okay, I give up. You don't even want to
Yeah, I
sell
mean,
them to me.
if an
You don't even
Apple
want
Store
to sell them.
employee says like, you know, have you checked Amazon.com? You're like, all right, bye.
I mean, he might as well have said, just get Beats or just get a third party. Don't buy
Yeah,
ours.
yeah.
Like that's essentially what he was telling me. I was like, all right,
You know,
this is
the
real
funny
talk.
thing
Real talk.
about my, you know, the AirPod, you know, I don't want to call it theft because again, I
Yeah.
truly believe that I was to blame in the first
Mm.
place. They fell out of my purse, someone picked them up, took them home, and that's, the end of the story. But I love them. I love the AirPods Pro. I've had Jabras that I loved very much in the past. And even having told a few people the story, they're like, so like, what is so great about the AirPods? And I'm like, well, it's not that like they're like uh, uh so great as far as like how things sound to you. If you're listening to podcasts, what does it matter? If your Beats Pro, perfect example, like it all
Yeah.
sounds the same. If
Yeah.
you're really like interested in spatial audio, which we've
Yeah.
talked about,
Mhm.
okay, we're getting somewhere. And there are definitely just ways that when you for example, when I got my second pair of AirPods, it's like to get them all Bluetooth into my iPhone is like 4 minutes, like boop boop boop, we're good. So there are a lot of reasons that they are great, but they're not your only option,
No, not at all.
and not your cheapest option. So that's I'm not really telling you like what to get, but I am very AirPods
Yeah.
the AirPods faithful at this point. But you do have other options.
Yeah, like I showed off a couple weeks ago. You can get your $25 Lenovo. They're not great. I do use these though on my Peloton when I work out. I'm not wearing these, no way. And my Beats
No,
kind of
too much
sometimes they fall
sweat.
off my ears, to be honest with you, when I'm working out. So I don't want to use the Beats, but I bought these for $25. Actually, I had a $20 coupon, so it really only cost $5 on TikTok Shop, and they work.
Yeah.
They work for what I need to, which is I don't need it to be super loud. They're functional for a working out system, and they're super darn cute, right? Like I was gonna poo-poo these because I don't like the fact that like when I'm just listening to music with with my phone, Tom can hear everything that I'm listening to, But if I'm working out, like who cares? Like I'm working out, like, if I'm gonna go on a walk or whatever, like that's fine. Like these are more active, like for different purpose, but I'm not gonna be using these to really listen to well, you can't listen to spatial audio, but I'm not really gonna be listening to music with these. They're not that great. I'm sorry. Whoever thinks these are great, they're not. They're a reason why they're $25. But they're good for other purposes and they're cute as hell.
Yeah.
Like look at this color. You
Well,
don't get that
and
color.
again, like podcasts. I mean, for all of us who listen to like anything
Words.
spoken word, maybe there's
Yeah.
some music in there, but like mostly spoken word, like you don't have to go crazy.
No.
You just want to hear what they're saying.
Yeah. Yeah. And this definitely you can hear what they're saying. But so can everyone else. That's fine. Are you listening to that podcast? Like, yeah, actually, I am. Oh,
Yeah.
I can hear the host. Yeah. Are you listening to the Apple Vision Show podcast? Oh, thank you for recognizing our voices.
Indeed. Well, Eileen, I think we're gonna wrap up episode 15 of
Can you believe
Apple Vision Show. I can't. I mean, I can and I can't because time is a flat circle. But yes, we are 15 eps in. It's been so fun, and we love everybody who's along for the ride. Do stay with us. If you have feedback for us, feedback@applevisionshow.com is where to send that email. And kudos to Eileen because she's way better at social media than I am. But like TikTok, Instagram, we're in all the places, right?
We are there. We are everywhere. I do even have Threads going, but I haven't been posting on Threads. Probably need to. It's just a lot, right? It's like that's why we don't have the X account. I don't even know if we'll open up one. You guys let us know if we should, but that's just yet another one to manage, which I don't know if we can do all of that. But Instagram and TikTok, you can definitely find us there. I'll try posting a little bit more, or at least like taking the Instagram posts and putting them on Threads at the very least. It's already there. I mean, I might as well just do that, right? But I don't monitor it as much. Do you spend much time on Threads, Sarah? I don't think I do.
I'm definitely on Threads once or twice a week.
Okay.
I like to monitor stuff there, but I don't know. I hope at one point whatever I'm doing on Threads is not a direct competitor to like what's going on X. Like, is there like fun NBA talk on Threads? Because that's what's happening on X. Like, we're still in that like,
Yeah.
what is Threads? Why is Threads kind of thing?
Why is not Threads? Like,
why is not Threads? Totally. Yeah. I mean, still, I don't know. We're in the post, social media era where we're now kind of like, okay, we have like 10 options.
I know there's too many.
What's the place? What's the place? I don't think that there is a place. I think there is a place for certain things.
Yep.
And, if you want to, kind of silo certain conversations, great. It feels very throwbacky to me.
Yeah. There's just a lot, but it's just, there's so many places and just a lot. If you're managing it, it's like, it's too many. It's too many.
Totally. Yeah.
But hey, Sarah, we have a guest next week and we have to remind him that he agreed to be a guest. I need to remind him just in case.
Well, that guest is none other than Frog Pants himself, Scott Johnson. We're so excited to have him with us next week. Yes, he has agreed to do the show. I don't think he will bounce on us, Eileen.
No,
but we'll figure out what we're talking about between now and then. But it's going to be a lot of fun. Scott is great. Friend of all things that we do, and in a personal way as well. And we're excited. We're excited to have him with us.
We haven't had a guest for a while, so yay! This is super exciting to have another voice on the show. Yes.
Whoop whoop! All right. Well, what do you think, Eileen?
We should call it. Everybody have a great week.
I think we're gonna call it. Everybody have a great week. Episode 15, super fun, in the can. We'll see you next week.
Oh yeah. Ralphie. Ralphie.
Time.
Oh, he's been vocal lately. I haven't heard. I didn't hear him. He really wants to be on the show, like the live show, not just the post show.
You didn't hear him because when he was doing it, I was like, get out of here. Get out of here. Like,
what was
you can do it in the after show, and then he's like, oh, I don't want to do it anymore. Ralphus.
Which part of the show was it? During the Chat GPT or was it during the commercial?
No, like
talk?
It was like from the top time. Where I was he also has this thing where like when he knows like, okay, I really am bothering her, he goes, hello.
Oh, no way. He says
hello. And I'm like, stop it. I'm busy. Hello. No, it's true. My dog, my beautiful, precious, perfect dog just sits there quietly being like, I'll just wait for you to want to take me on a walk. I don't do that. And Ralphie's like, hello.
Pay attention to me.
Yeah, I'm a kitty.
Ambassador Domo says her cat is reacting to that sound just now. You really need to get.
I'm sorry. Yes. No, he's out of control. He's an out of control little nut.
But does it happen when you're on DTNS too, or just Just
Not
during Apple Vision
really.
show.
Not really during DTNS. In the morning. So I'm in my office, like first thing in the morning, got the coffee, sit down, do my Wordle and, start looking at tech news. And Ralphie will be on my lap, and just like, purring and, and I kind of go like, I can't type with you. Get off. And, he kind of does that. And then later in the day, he'll sort of just wander into one of his many little Ralphie places. But yeah, during the show, hurrah!
Like the musical number starts.
Yeah, I'm like, stop it.
Oh,
Stop
that
it.
is
Get
so
out of here. I'm gonna throw
funny.
you out the window.
You said Wordle, and we didn't talk about it just now, but like I did upgrade to 17.5, and one of
Oh
the
yes.
upgrades is the game quartiles. Basically, there's a whole overhaul of, or not overhaul, but like news plus you can do offline.
Yeah.
But there's also games, and I
Yeah.
just started playing quarterlies just right before the show. I was like, "Oh, what is this?" Yeah.
Ooh.
You have to scroll all the way down on your news. So when you're on the homepage, like just oh, sorry. Okay, when you're on the homepage, just keep scrolling all the way down. And it's down there.
Oh,
You can't find it. You have to
interesting.
yeah.
Wait, let me see if I can do this on macOS.
Yeah. It's literally is it all oh, it's not quite all the way down. Sorry. It's in between
Oh
before at
no.
least for me before I get to sports.
No, it is more puzzles.
Quarterlies. And then you make words. They give you like these here and you just start making words. And the more words that you make from their little bank of, letters, the higher up you go, in terms of I'm now a builder. First you were a novice, then you were advanced, and then now I'm a builder. That's the third lowest rank. I don't know how far it goes. But
what's
it's
new
I
in Game
was
Center? God. I have to be into I guess I have to be part of Game Center.
Oh, really? In order to do that in news?
I think so.
Oh, I guess I'm already part of that. You just have to go to news.
No, I mean, I did.
Oh.
Hold on. Oh,
Orange.
add friends. Don't need to do that right now. Hope your friends find you. Yeah, don't care. I just want to play. Cordies. Oh, interesting. So
I don't know how big this will be, and I don't play word games, but I just wanted to try it because it was,
I mean,
thought we might
word
end up talking about
games
it.
are my jam. So
Let me know what you think.
I will.
A new and original daily word game that is now available on Apple News. Maybe I'll do a little TikTok about this.
Yeah.
Why not? See if anybody's playing. They'll be like, no, I'm not playing. Quarterlies, everybody. I don't know if we have the same word bank either, or like letter bank. I don't know if everybody gets the same on the day. I don't know if that is a thing. I don't. Is anybody playing? This is my. Oh, you can't see it's backwards, right? Because I'm not mirroring. ENWORNG, thigh, cry. I made democratic. If you guys have the same word bank or letter bank, I'm giving you a hint. Democratic is a big one. I got 8 points for that. I didn't just get like a measly 1 or 2 points. They're like, whoa, you made a big word. Yes, I did.
Oh, yeah.
Did you get democratic? Did you put it in there?
I did.
There you go. So we all have the same letter bank for the day, I guess. And then I'm assuming it changes every day then.
Oh, give me a word game. I am a happy camper. This is so fun.
Oh, no. KNO. Oh, wait. Did I already do that? Oh, no. I already did that. Never mind. KNOW. There you guys go. Okay, so Ambassador Domo is playing Wordle, Strands, and Connections. This is the only one I have
Same.
open.
Same. Strands, that's my favorite new game.
Oh, is
Love
it? Okay.
Strands. Oh yeah. Yeah. I mean, Wordle for sure. Connections, I bomb on Connections like somewhat often.
Oh, really?
Sometimes I'm like great at it, and other times I'm like, it's just not my day. Whatever. But Strands, I love a lot. Strands is good. Even though sometimes they really try to throw you off. So yeah, I don't know. You know,
Yeah,
this is
I mean,
like there was like a Sudoku point in my life where I was like, I
yeah.
just want to sit and play Sudoku on a train for 12 to 14 hours.
Wow.
And people were like, really? You like it that much? And I'm like, yes, I do. It's meditative. It's wonderful. I love it.
Have you
But,
done that
you know,
like on a flight? Like, did you just do that once, like on like a 6-hour flight or something like that? Or
yeah. Yeah. I haven't I don't know. I haven't gone back to Sudoku or like a numbers game in quite some time, but like, yeah, it's there's something about like the games that, yeah, you're flexing the brain, flexing
yeah.
the noggin, but it's not like, you're not playing for money. There's not, a lot at stake. You get it, you don't, whatever. You play again tomorrow, kind of thing. That's what I like.
Yeah. Yeah, like, no, it's a competition for yourself, really.
Yeah,
It's not,
exactly.
you don't have to worry like someone's gonna one up me and I need to go in there and like, I don't want to do that either. I just like, whatever's peaceful. I'm actually really liking this quarterlies. We'll see. We'll see if I even remember to open it up tomorrow, but maybe there needs to be some sort of notification. Try again. How to play oh, there's rankings. What? I don't want to see rankings. I don't care about rankings. Do you care about rankings?
Not at all.
Oh, no, it's my own personal ranking. Oh, so I just started. Okay, so the rank, it means like the ranking of in the game. So there I am, the builder. It's backwards. Then there's artisan. If I get 10 more points, wordsmith and expert. I guess you can rank every day a personal rank. We'll see how this goes. I don't know. But this is very interesting. Oh, wow. You could even cheat.
I'm playing it.
Now you could, there's even the button reveal all words. It's too early to reveal all words. I haven't tried. I haven't been on this all day. But see what I mean? Like it's yeah.
No, it's fun. This is fun. I love a good word game.
I'll give you another one I did. Cringe.
Oh, I did cringe earlier.
I saw that. I was like, nice. I like cringe. I like it. I was like, this. I think that's what's. I'm like, oh, they have the word cringe in here. I like this. I like this game.
No, it's great. That's good.
Oh man. Are you there, Amos? Where are you? You don't want us to tell? You don't want to talk about the Aurora Borealis? And like, I started to bring this up while you were reloading, and Sarah, and he was like, "Oh, I don't even want to talk about the Aurora Borealis." And I was like, "But in my mind, I'm like, you're up there."
It's because the farmers, it screwed up the farmers stuff. I don't know.
We were clouded out. It was 5 hours, a 5-hour drive to the nearest place without clouds. And we only had about a 3-hour window because of the limited nighttime anyway.
So I was thinking that maybe we were both ducking out earlier because of the G5 solar storm. But I mean, I'm reaching. I know I'm reaching.
Yeah.
I just was like, there's a reason why StreamYard isn't working. Oh, maybe it's just StreamYard or our browser.
It could be StreamYard, yeah. Occam's razor, right? I did want to share a few of the apps that I use in case other people want to like monitor. We were going into solar maximum, so there's more of a chance for people to see it in southern whatever-tudes. I think it's longitudes, right? Latitudes go north-south,
Okay.
and longitudes go east-west.
Longitude, I
Because it's the
think
long way around and
latitude
it's
is
fatter in the middle.
north-south, and longitude is right-left.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
A few of the apps that I use in case people want to keep track of stuff. This is my main one. It's called Aurora Forecast.
Wow.
And I like this one because it updates very frequently and it gives you the first screen. This one right here gives you, when you first load it up, it shows your location, that little orange dot in the middle right there, and gives you like probabilities of seeing it. So it's just quick and easy. It's the first one that I'll go to. And then there is, it's not going to show me. Awesome. This one right here, Aurora Now, will give you similar results.
Wow.
Gives you a little bit more
Look at all these
information.
apps for this. Wow. No, it's awesome. Yeah.
And
There's so many. Like wouldn't even know. Thank you for sharing. I wouldn't even know what to choose. I don't see them, so I'm not going to download them.
Right.
But this is great. The current state of the sun. Oh wow. Okay.
And then Space Weather Live, which it should be on here. And it's not showing. Oh, there it is right there. Space Weather Live. This one actually gives you all the data, gives you the trends, and if you start paying attention to it, it'll tell you all the information you need to see if it's going to be better or worse odds in an hour and 30 minutes or whatever, by showing you the trends of the data. So this is the one that gets granular and will tell you all the information you need to know, but it's not updated as often as, say, Aurora Forecast is. So, but this will give you all that you need. So those are the apps. I believe all of them have free versions. There are premium aspects to each of them, but they are all free to use initially. So those are my recommendations.
That's awesome.
Thank you for that.
Adam says, just wait, I wasn't really listening, but he's saying parallels or latitudes. Parallels or latitudes. That's what you said, right? I don't remember what we said.
Well,
all the,
I mean,
longitude is
parallel
north
on, I mean, parallel doesn't mean anyway. Yeah,
right.
I'm pretty sure latitude, north, south, longitude, east, west, because in my mind, I think longitude, north, south, and I've been corrected so many times where pretty sure I have it right now. Latitude, north, south, longitude, east, west.
This is
longitude
saying
measures the distance for, east or west of the prime meridian. So longitude would be, I don't even know. They run north-south, pole to pole. So longitude is this way, north-south, and latitude is east-west.
No,
yes.
No, I think it's the opposite.
Not according to
that's
NOAA.
This is what this one says. This
continues to confuse me then.
Yeah.
Because longitude in my mind, north-south. Latitude, east-west. But I have been told different.
According to NOAA, you were correct. It's longitude up and goes north-south and latitude goes east-west.
Yeah, you know what? That mother F. I had a whole thing with somebody where I was like, okay, you're right. I guess I'm wrong. And he was like, I am totally right. And I was like, well, I guess I'm really stupid. I wasn't.
This is the stalactite stalagmite conversation, right? Where the only reason I remember that is because stalactites have to hold on tight to the ceiling and stalagmites stand mighty strong. So, yeah. Stalactites are on the ceiling. Their clothes are holding on tight.
Well, listen, everyone. I would love to talk about this for the remainder of my days, but my pup has to go out, and I promised him that I would walk him. So we're gonna do that. But this was a fun show. And latitude, longitude, wherever you stand. we love you. We're happy that you were here with us. And let's do it again next week. What do you say?
That sounds fantastic.
Yeah.
All right.
Right.
I don't want to belabor the latitude, longitude, but anyway, let's just keep going.
Right.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, guys.
All right.